Have you visited the Elmhurst Public Library lately? The Kids Library is a wonderful place. When not being used for library programs and classes, Elmhurst Public Library cardholders can reserve the meeting rooms. The second floor is where you can find the adult and teen collections. An enclosed area, devoted to high school students, provides space to create, play, share, and study together. Use our computers, or bring your own, to our work-friendly business center. Technology classes for all expertise levels are taught in the computer lab. High-quality audio and visual equipment in the Creative Studio gives you the opportunity to create, record, make, and invent. You can produce real items with the 3D printer and poster printer. Study rooms provide space for studying on your own or working with others. The larger gathering room is available to reserve by Elmhurst Public Library cardholders. Our convenient book drop and drive-up window make picking up and returning library materials a breeze. Don't forget, Elmhurst Public Library is always open online at elmhurstpubliclibrary.org.
Well, of course, what a beautiful day. Just look at this campus. You could see that spring is starting to show us some sign of there will be some warm weather, believe it or not. I promise you that. I'm not a meteorologist, but I know that we'll get some warm weather someday. So on behalf of Drs. Troy and Annette Van Aken, welcome to Elmhurst College. And of course, our 48th annual community breakfast. What a great day it is. What a great crowd we have. And of course, we're preparing for the change in our clocks. So it's appropriate today that we spring forward tonight at 2 a.m. in the morning, because that's Elmhurst College motto: spring forward, always get things done, move forward, don't stand still. And that's why I love this school so much. But we stand before you at an exciting time in our college's history. Our president and leader of our academic achievements, Dr. Troy Van Aken, has brought a new direction in this school and cooperation that has heightened student development and a spirit of community. You feel it when you walk through this campus. You feel it when you walk through this community. This breakfast for years has been named the President's Community Breakfast. There's a reason for that. It is the time that Elmhurst College recognizes the interaction between college and community. It is the time we pay honor and respect to our government leaders and community members. However, this is not an isolated activity. For years, Elmhurst College has participated in a commitment to community and student development. Today, the efforts of our president and the college's board of trustees to build and enhance a spirit of community has become well known. That spirit of community has exhibited in bringing people together from small towns rich with farmland to urban areas thriving with technological and academic innovations. It's also about bringing together students of ethnic and cultural differences to learn to respect and honor each other. Dr. Van Aken's goal of shared experience has proven to be the foundation of a true academic and civic learning environment. Within the city of Elmhurst, the community spirit has shown itself through a meaningful partnership of the City of Elmhurst and Elmhurst College Commission. The purpose of the commission is to enhance the cooperative element of a meaningful partnership. Issues of importance to the community are being addressed within the commission to strengthen the bonds between the college and residents of our area. Today, there is much to honor and celebrate. Within our college, we are committed to intellectual development of future leaders. Within the community, there is a commitment of well-being of its citizens. So we honor the spirit of community and all that it represents as I ask you to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and country, which will be followed by the invocation delivered by the Reverend H. Scott Matheny. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Beloved, for the joy of this day and all that it stands for, and with grace, will you join with me in all the ways that we understand the holy? Let us join our hearts together in prayer. Morning has broken, and the joy of this day brings us here, gracious God, for all that this is, our 48th anniversary, college and community, the binding of our hearts, our minds, our bodies, that this college may flourish with rigor, power, and grace, that with the community partners in our business, medical, political, religious, all the shapes and spheres of influence of our great society, we are better together because we know how to work together. So bind us together this morning for our common good and for the purposes of not just building this college, but building our nation. Bless us then, Almighty One, the food that has been prepared, that we might be thankful, that in thankfulness we might name and remember those who we are closest to, and then for this college. Thankful for leadership in Dr. Van Aken, thankful for students, staff, faculty, trustees, thankful for this Elmhurst College and the Elmhurst community. This day, shape us, frame us, that our lives may be found in love, and that in love we might walk together, for we are better together because of what you do for us. This we pray in your holy name. Amen.
So I just have a few announcements to make, and then we can get on to breakfast, which of course is important to all of you. So we're honored to have with us the Treasurer of the State of Illinois, and he's going to stand up because we can't miss him. Michael, that's you, buddy. That's you. Stand up. Here we go. The Treasurer of the State of Illinois, Michael Frerichs. Thanks for being here. We appreciate your attendance here, and thanks for the job you're doing. And don't forget the $3 million grant that Elmhurst College has sitting in the comptroller's office that needs your warrant to pay the cost. $3 million. That's why Michael is here right now. Thank you. Okay, we're also honored to have a very special person here, the president of the College of DuPage. Please greet Dr. Ann Rondeau. We have so many great people here today, but we must, at this event, recognize the Elmhurst College and City of Elmhurst Commission, which deals with issues of partnership between the two. Today, we're honored to have three of those commission members with us. Tom Marcucci, former mayor of Elmhurst. Tom. Desiree Chen over there on the wall. You know, every planning session, you always say, do we have enough tables? And when you have too many tables, you get all nervous. Isn't it great that the place is packed? I like that. Thank you all for being here. And of course, Peter Griffin, one of our commission members. Where are you, Peter? It's over here. Thank you. Now, we have some great elected officials here. Invariably, when you have a list, you miss somebody. So if I miss you, I promise you next year we'll recognize you twice. So let's start with the Honorable Raja, and boy, the Congressman, we'll call him Congressman Raja, is here with his assistant, Sabi Abraham. Where are you? Here you are, representing the Congressman. Thank you for being here. And the Honorable Patty Belloc. The Honorable Dan Cronin. The Honorable Chris Kacherubis, Clerk of the Circuit Court of DuPage County. The Honorable Steve Morley, our Mayor of the City of Elmhurst. Kevin York, our Alderman and Trustee of Elmhurst College. Danny Polumsky, one of our aldermen. Danny. Mark Mulliner is here, Alderman Mark Mulliner. Scott Levin, Alderman Levin. Scott. Bob Dunn, Alderman Dunn is here as well. Patty Spencer. Patty Spencer, the Clerk of the City of Elmhurst. Vince Spaeth, President of the Elmhurst Park Board. Kevin Graff, Vice President of the Elmhurst Park Board. Tim Sheehan, Commissioner of the Elmhurst Park Board. Paul Hines, our County Clerk of DuPage County. Ingrid Beckton, who is an Elmhurst Library Board of Trustees member. Ingrid. Margaret Harrell, of District 205 School Board, is here. Jim Collins is not here. Thanks, Jim, for not being here. Kara Cafanio, I messed up her name. Kara is here as well, a member of the school board. And soon to be our state representative, because so far you're unopposed, right, Deanne?
On one side of the aisle.
On one side of the aisle, the only important. Oh, no, sorry, Michael, my friend. So Deanne Mazzocchi, she's the chairman of the College of DuPage. And of course, our former mayor, Tom Marcucci. If I don't introduce him twice, he gets nervous because he's very sensitive about Mayor Morley being the mayor here. Now, I know some of our other guests will be recognized and introduced by our president, but please understand how much we appreciate your being here. And because you're here, we're going to serve you food. So this is the time that Chartwells will release the tables. Wait until you're released. And when you're released, hurry up through the things so we can come back, because we have a busy schedule, because we've got a parade to do. Enjoy, everybody. Thank you.
The Churchville Schoolhouse opens the door to the best education in history. Visitors to the historic Churchville one-room schoolhouse take a step back in time to watch history unfold in a restored and accessible National Register of Historic Places property that dates to the 1850s. Today, students can walk in the footsteps of local farm children from the early days of DuPage County, for an authentic living history experience led by a schoolmarm from the early 1900s. A visit to the Churchville one-room schoolhouse is hands-on, educational, and fun. Participants use slate chalkboards and McGuffey readers for the day's lessons. And children will be asked to follow proper classroom etiquette. Reading, writing, and arithmetic are all practiced, and students can test their skills during an old-fashioned spelling bee. And of course, no school day is complete without recess, featuring games of the early 1900s. The Churchville Schoolhouse is a popular program for scouts and day camps too. Group visits can be arranged for service clubs, tour groups, and other adult organizations as well. The Churchville Schoolhouse Living History program is operated by the Elmhurst History Museum. Call the museum today to book a field trip or find out more information at 630-833-1457 or visit our website at churchvilleschoolhouse.org.
See that? Scott Levin is dressing me now. He said you have to. Now, then Beverly came over and she said, you know, we rent those napkins. So she said I owed her 25 cents for putting this napkin in my coat there. But I thought it was a nice touch. What do you think? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next year I'll have a green suit. So, I, of course, missed announcing a very important person to all of us because he runs the schools in Elmhurst. And I've got grandchildren in the schools. I don't want them holding against them. But David Moyer, Superintendent of Schools 205. David? So thank you, David Moyer. That's 2 times I did my job. And of course, just arriving because he's been all over the area, as you know, Pete, because he is a man that's always on the go. Pete DeCiani, our County Commissioner. But of great importance to us because music is so important to this school. You all know that music is one of our standards, one of our great programs led by Dr. Griffin. So we have, where did our combo go? Oh, they just got something to eat. So when they appear, thank Clay Corso, Wes Nelson, and Zach Taylor for our music today. There they are. They're walking around here. So wave to everybody. Say hello, everybody. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. Well, part of my job now is, of course, to introduce 2 very important people, beginning with the mayor of the city. Now, I'm always very careful when I introduce the mayor because, you know, he's the guy that runs around and takes care of all of our needs in the city of Elmhurst, which, of course, sometimes are extensive. But what a pleasure it is to have this man serve as our mayor. He was elected and is the face and the voice for our city. He's the individual that represents all we stand for within this great city of Elmhurst. And as such, we as the residents of Elmhurst are very fortunate to have a man of his background and devotion to good government serve as our mayor. A lifelong resident of the city of Elmhurst, Mayor Morley was educated in our local schools and later received his bachelor's degrees in economics at the University of Iowa. Prior to being elected as our mayor, he served as the 6th Ward Alderman for 6 years. A businessman, Mayor Morley is the principal in the marketing and consulting firm Every Door Direct Media, which is dedicated to helping small businesses reach their targeted market and sales. So please join me in welcoming our mayor, Mayor Steve Morley.
Let me first apologize for being the face of Elmhurst. And introduce the Emperor's New Jazz Trio. I want to welcome everyone here, not only those from Elmhurst, but from out of Elmhurst, to our wonderful community. We had another successful year here in Elmhurst. I won't get into too many details, but just 2 short blocks away on Addison, which is kind of the sister street to York Street, we've got over $70 million in projects going up as we speak and will be completed this year. Just a tidbit of how successful Elmhurst is in the last couple of years. I'm always so excited to walk on this campus. In fact, I was just sharing a conversation with Patty Bellock, and she was talking about how fortunate we are to have Elmhurst College really as the heart of Elmhurst. I remember as a little kid, these hills looked a lot bigger when I was little, but I used to roll down here as I was a little kid. I'd come on campus with my parents, and I'd visit the Scousins, Lois and Wally, and Bob and Martha Eaton, and of course Sally and Bill Barkley. I called them the Broccoli's when I was little. But I've always been excited about coming onto college campuses, and now that I've got 2 kids in college, and I'm actually taking my third on spring break to visit and tour a bunch of universities, and same thing happens every time I go onto these colleges. I just get so excited, and my kids kind of look at me like, what's wrong? And what they don't realize is the endless possibilities that you recognize as an older person when you go onto these campuses, the energy, and I'll give you an example. Lee mentioned my business. So this week I consulted with a furniture salesman on how to sell more furniture. Doesn't really smack of endless possibilities. But that's my job. And I see the endless potential when you come on a campus like Elmhurst College. I see it when I tour colleges with my kids, and we are just so fortunate to have that type of energy in the center of our town. I would encourage any resident, we're all graduates of our college, I would encourage any resident, instead of driving by Elmhurst College, take the opportunity to park and walk. We actually have a college campus right here in Elmhurst. Get that jolt that you get when you go back to visit your own alma mater. Certainly Elmhurst College is an asset to our community and all that they offer, whether it's the speaking series, governmental forum with Jeb Bush, and I think Chris Christie came one year. Is it the Shoddy? I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Alderman York. So the Shoddy Lecture Series, jazz band, the art exhibits, jazz festival, and also theater at the Mill. All of these things are offered not only to the college but to our community. In the city, and Lee mentioned the intergovernmental forum that we have, the Town and Gown Committee. And from a city's perspective, we're always trying to get the Elmhurst College kids to come to our downtown and take advantage of everything that we have in Elmhurst. What's equally important is that we encourage our residents to visit Elmhurst College and take advantage of all that Elmhurst College has to offer. Lastly, I just want to say that I think, and all of you noticed and have noticed, it's very noticeable, the success, the short-term success in the very short amount of time that Dr. Van Aken has been here, that he's brought to the college, the fundraising he's done in just a very short amount of time. There's just a different attitude coming out of Elmhurst College, and it permeates not only in his students, but in our town. And I want to thank Troy. I think the honeymoon's over, right, Troy? It's been a year. I want to thank you for being part of this community, and hope you and your wife stay for many years to come. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Mayor, your usual good job, and of course, thanks for your service. As we all know, this is a tough time in the world of politics in this country, but when we have people like the mayor serving us, we know it's great. John F. Kennedy said, "Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other." Those principles must have been in mind of the trustees of Elmhurst College when they selected Dr. Troy Van Aken as the 14th president of the college. A leader in educational excellence, Dr. Van Aken holds a master's and a doctoral degree from Bowling Green State University in mathematics and a Bachelor of Science degree from Hillsdale College. Education runs in the Van Aken family, as his dynamic wife Annette holds a bachelor's degree in early childhood education from Hillsdale, a master's degree in elementary education from Southern Indiana University, and a doctoral degree in curriculum and instruction from Liberty University. They have 2 children, Trey and Gabriella. Both are students at Hillsdale College. In fact, Trey is going to graduate in May. Now, I talked to Trey last night. Where are you, Trey? Way in the back there. Trey, my name is Lee Daniels. I'm the senior advisor to the president. I know you want to join our MBA program here at Elmhurst College. So if you have any difficulty in your interview, give me a call. I'll put in a good word for you, okay? So please say hello to Trey. And somehow I think things are going to go well, so I will see you in the fall. And anything I can do to help talk to your dad, I'm happy to be there to assist you. Together they have brought, the doctors Van Aken, have brought a new spirit and energy to our campus. It's not unusual, for instance, to see President Van Aken meeting with students and participating in college events. He is without a doubt the right man at the right time to lead our college and direct our future. His love of education shows, and his background is one that exhibits a commitment to excellence. The former president of Theo College, athletic director at Auburn College, creator of 3 successful technology-related companies, successful fundraiser, math professor, and devoted husband and father, Dr. Van Aken is, in fact, the right man at the right time as the college faces the challenges of the 21st century. Just walk the campus. You know, you've been there. Walk it around when you leave here, prior to going to the parade, of course. Check the energy that exists in our college today. Check the curriculum, and you will realize that Elmhurst College is a leader in meeting the needs of our complex society, with 63 majors and 15 graduate programs coupled with student opportunities for internships here and abroad. Elmhurst College leads the field of undergraduate and graduate opportunities. So after you have an opportunity to view the video, which we'll show you shortly, please join me in welcoming to the stage our president, your president, the community's president, Dr. Troy Van Aken. Join me in watching this video.
You can't think about Elmhurst College without thinking about the community it's a part of.
When we introduce the college to prospective students, one of the biggest selling points is our location in a beautiful, safe, welcoming community just minutes from Chicago.
We also share resources and opportunities.
Our goal here in the simulation lab is to prepare nurses to be able to go out into the community. The collaboration of building this Sim Center together has really shown our commitment to the community and the healthcare of the people living in this community.
The college and the partnership have a number of relationships regarding athletic facilities, and they've been in place since the mid-1990s. I have the opportunity to speak to a number of park district directors from neighboring communities, and one of the things that I always tell them, if you have a college in your community, make sure you're a partner with them and reach out and be in touch with them, because there are so many overlapping opportunities.
The fresh perspective that Young Minds brings, not only to the college, but really to the community. That's something that you can just feel when you're walking around the town, and that's the effect that Elmhurst College has on the community of Elmhurst.
Opportunities connect local business owners to the college with invaluable insights on their business.
It ended up being one of the case studies where we talked through our marketing plan as a new business in Elmhurst and showcasing coffee and community and what that looks like. And that was our first point of really interacting with the college, and it was just a great experience because essentially we got this focus group of people to help us start to define who we are in this community. Our relationship with Elmhurst College has been invaluable to where we're at.
As a result, everybody wins, especially our students.
As an intern for the Chamber of Commerce, I do a lot of getting things prepared for events.
We get to work with the young students. We get to mentor them to some extent. It gives the students an opportunity to learn more about Elmhurst. It gives them a chance to work and to earn some money.
The same people that I'm emailing and talking to on a daily basis are the same people that I'm seeing at the Elmhurst Chamber events, are the same people that support Elmhurst, that are Blue Jay backers, and those people I see them sitting at our basketball games, so it kind of comes full circle for me.
We'll always benefit from one another and strive to succeed together.
When I think about the future of the city of Elmhurst, I believe that Elmhurst College plays a critical role. Not only does it continue to be an attraction for people to come visit Elmhurst, but I can't underscore enough how much that creative thinking that comes out of a liberal arts college means to the city of Elmhurst. We have a world-class town and a world-class college, and if we put our heads together, things can only get better.
It's an exciting time in Elmhurst, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Well, welcome and thank you for joining us for this 48th President's Community Breakfast at Elmhurst College. It's just wonderful to see so many civic, business, education, and governmental leaders with us today. I'm only going to do this twice in my speech here, but I do also want to recognize that we have two other groups here that aren't normally at this breakfast, or not as many of them are here. And if you're a member of our Board of Trustees, our Alumni Board, and also we have some of our Student Government Association representatives here. Would you please stand and let us acknowledge you? So whether you're from the community or you're on one of the boards here, you know that one of the most important things we do here is we promise students to help them reach their full potential, not only in college, but beyond that. And we just simply couldn't do it without all of you. You're a critical part to their, success. As you saw in the video, Elmhurst College and the community of Elmhurst, we share more than just a name. We share a proud history, and we've grown, and we both continue to grow together. When we support and nurture each other, we all succeed. And so it's crucial that we at Elmhurst College adopt a posture that we're going to continue to build on the great community, both the academic and business partnerships that we have that we've developed with so many of you over the past several years. Here's just a few of the partnerships that we're involved with. And these partnerships benefit both the Elmhurst residents and our students. As you saw in the video, and I'm glad that we have so many members of the Park District here, we share playing time and maintenance costs for several athletic fields with the Park District. And the relationship that I've felt ever since I had the privilege of arriving here 2 years ago has just been really special. We partner with the city and the county on numerous service activities. Just one example is a recycling extravaganza that we put on every year, and we keep tens of thousands of items, in particular electronics, out of landfills. And I think it's obvious, not just because we paid him so much to be in the video, but the mayor and the Park District and others, the chamber, but even Jim Grabowski, the city manager. The real friendly, cooperative relationship that we have really permeates all of our organization. It's great that we can text each other or communicate with each other on fun and important issues, but in the rare times that we have issues, whether it be something related to police or fire or other things working with city services, the partnership exists throughout our organizations, and that really is something that's as good as I've ever seen it in 25 years of higher education, and I thank the city for that. And that really comes together in a number of special ways. Just one example of that is the Elmhurst Cycling Classic. I think this year it's on the 27th of July, and I remember that because it's somebody's special birthday, maybe your 21st, 29th birthday or something like that this year. And it's a cycling classic. It's where the town really puts a lot of energy into this one activity, but it circles our campus, and we're just proud to have an event like that here. And I know Alderman and Elmhurst trustee Kevin York, that's something that's real passionate for you, and it's great to see that be something that symbolizes our partnership that we have on so many levels. And then, of course, today, the St. Patrick's Day Parade is the big event for all of you. I have a board meeting after this, so that's my big event, but I'm looking forward to being in the parade after that because that'll be celebration. And you'll see, if you are part of the parade, if you see the students in green coats, college-age students, that's our football team, our other teams, and other students on our campus that are sort of staffing that event. And watch out for the trolley today. I guarantee you this, we will have more Elmhurst College student participants in the parade than we've ever had before. And we engineered it that way. But beyond that, though, we have community partnerships, and then we also have academic partnerships. We are an academic institution, and the internships that you often provide our students really help our students work and learn throughout the city. And you saw in the video the simulation learning center that we have at Elmhurst Hospital, and that's really a point of pride of ours and really gives our nursing students a tremendous advantage. Our other students work with the museum, the city, the Chamber of Commerce, the City and Park Districts, and then our education majors. I think it's great that Dave's here, and you likewise have had a very cooperative posture towards us, not just our education majors, but where it's appropriate for us to partner with District 205, and I think that's nice to have neighbors that are looking there. Our students in projects ranging from psychology, communications, and other academic units have done partnerships with and studies for the city of Elmhurst. And it's great when I hear back from employers or members of the community how important the students are to their businesses. But what's even nicer is when I get to spend time here on campus and I hear from the students how their life is being transformed through these opportunities that we're trying to have an increased frequency in the community. Because we like to think that we prepare students for the world that awaits after their graduation. And it's helpful to be in an environment and in a community where the millennials and now Generation Z, which is anybody born after 1995, that they want to be in, and they want to be in vibrant locations like Elmhurst. And then the business partnerships are just another way that continue to mentor our students. And our Wiegand Center for Professional Excellence has been something that we've been very proud of for the last 20 years, but it's something that in our new strategic plan that I'm going to talk about in a little bit is even something we want to accelerate even further, and we want it to go even further than it has in that regard. Things like we're doing with Brew Point Coffee, and you saw in the video, are just one example of something that's going on. And even last year, if you were at this breakfast, you saw that we held up our ELSA, or our Elmhurst Learning Success Academy, which is a premier college-like or college experience for students with developmental disabilities. Laco Industries has hired several of our ELSA students recently, and is another way that the community is helping us sort of further these students' lives. Now, we recognize that one of the best things we can do for the community is just be a strong organization ourselves. I mean, it's great to be a charity case if that's what you want, but you want to actually be a strong partner with somebody. And so we're pleased that we are increasingly vibrant, and we're increasingly financially strong. And for a lot of those reasons, some of the things we've done, some you've helped with, I'm really pleased to tell you a brief state of the college and where we're at as an organization, so that you can take some of the pride that I have with you as you leave today. Here's some fast facts, though, about Elmhurst College. Over the last several decades, we've continued to grow and expand while we hold true to our mission and values. And that will likely continue. One of the big discussions that we're going to need to be having is the growth of our graduate programs, which is one of the areas that's really growing, not just because I have a son who's looking to get into the MBA program. But we're going to have some serious conversations about a couple of our programs are looking to become doctoral programs, whether it be nursing or occupational therapy or other programs. And what a great time to have those conversations. In 2021, we'll be celebrating our sesquicentennial, which is 150 years of existence. Now, I turned 50 a couple months ago. And if I could think of getting to be 100, I couldn't think to be 150. I mean, that's not realistic. But I could think to get to 100. I just want to get there. I mean, it doesn't matter how you do, you just get there, right? If you get there at all, that's an amazing accomplishment. Well, that's not the way it works for organizations and entities, right? When you get into these milestone anniversaries, you want to get there with strength and with momentum and with a purpose. And I'm pleased to tell you that we have been building momentum. A number of significant developments this last year are laying the foundation for us as we build towards this sesquicentennial. As you can see here, we're celebrating the highest enrollment in the history of the college. And at 3,529 students, what I'm pleased is that includes our sesquicentennial class, right? Those first-year students that enrolled this fall will be graduating in 2021. And so that's already an element of strength. We've also been adding more than a dozen new full-time faculty, and I see our Vice President for Academic Affairs back there wants that number to go up, which is nice, because at Elmhurst College, you will never be taught by graduate teaching assistants. You're taught by faculty members here, and that's a hallmark of our educational experience here. In fact, we have a student-faculty ratio of 14 to 1. And 14 students to 1 faculty member, and that's why we've received so many accolades in terms of the quality of our experience here. And there's more than this, but the one that I'm just going to hold up is that number 3, and we're rated the number 3 Midwest university with regards to teaching. And that really says a lot about the commitment that our faculty put into what is the primary operation of the institution, and our students benefit from that. If you were here last year, you would remember me talking a little bit about how important it was to balance our budget. Elmhurst College, like a lot of higher education institutions, has had to adjust to new realities. And when I had the privilege of joining the institution, it felt like we were a little bit closer to the edge than we would like to with our banking partners and otherwise. And what an amazing turnaround. And I appreciate, Lee, you sort of pumping me up and making me to sound much better than I am. But really, this has been a collective effort by our trustees who started some of this work. I had the privilege of following a guy by the name of Larry Braskamp, who was a board member who stepped in on an interim role and really laid a lot of the foundation here. And we have really been able to turn the corner here. And you can see here, if I move to the next slide, you'll see that we have not only balanced our budgets, but we've been running healthy surpluses, and that continues. And so I'm pleased to stand before you today, as opposed to a place that was worried about, how it was going to manage some things. We've now set aside over $12 million in reserve funds for future projects and for other things, and that's a tremendous turnaround. And that's being fueled by even more because of the philanthropic success that we've had, and you can see it listed here. We've had several big gifts. Just in the last few months, we've announced another $2.5 million in endowment gifts, and that's really how you want to build an institution, is you want to build it for the long haul. I may not be here, but I'd like to think at 200 years and 250 years, some of the steps that the staff and faculty are taking right now will contribute to an even stronger organization. And it should be no surprise, right? If you run budget surpluses, you don't take excess endowment draws, you catch a little bit of market gains, and you raise some money, that you see your endowment or long-term assets have the type of growth that we've had here. To go from 86 million to 112 million in 21 months is just it's unheard of. I don't know of another institution. In fact, don't even share that to other institutions. And that's why, as we're heading into this march up to our sesquicentennial, we rightfully so. We're not cocky, but we have confidence that we are a viable organization, that we're doing some good work, and we can be a little bit more adventurous. Now, having said all of that, recruitment's going to continue to be very important as we move forward. We have to keep at recruitment. New students are the lifeblood of an organization. They bring fresh ideas. They're what really gets you up in the morning very, very early. And we've been very aggressively pursuing new partnerships both locally and internationally. And you can see that over the course of the last 20 months, we've signed more than 20 community college and international partnership agreements. And I'm pleased to have Dr. Ann Rondeau, Admiral Rondeau, sitting at my table with us. And the College of DuPage has been and will continue to be, I hope, Ann, I hope you're not going to change this, will continue to be our strongest partner. And even though we have, a lot of partners, they've just been fantastic to work for. And I've been watching Ann's leadership over the last several years. It's just been fantastic to see them continue to grow. We don't just have the standard agreements where, hey, send us some students, and we'll call you out at our President's Community Breakfast. We've had faculty members we've exchanged faculty members. There's no surprise that when we have our political science or our philosophy faculty member teaching at College of DuPage and vice versa, that we have those students get comfortable, and they do come here at increasing numbers. But more importantly, once again, we're partnering with a strong organization because we want to partner, not because we have to or we're desperate, we're just looking for anybody to go to the dance with. We want to do these types of things. It's very similar with the city and the county and other organizations, that we want to stand on our own and then partner where appropriate because it makes sense for both organizations, and we're doing it in synergistic ways. And Ann, you in the College of DuPage, symbolize a lot of that. The other thing, though, is that we're not losing our heritage. I'm pleased to see that, we've got members of the United Church of Christ here, that we can sort of say that our mission and values, we remain firmly committed in who we are. And part of that is that we remain committed to first-generation college students. Annette and I had the privilege of being first-generation college students who benefited from individuals we didn't even know, investing in our education. And Elmhurst is that type of an institution, and we continue to do that. So here are 6 individuals that were part of an American Dream Scholarship competition that took place here on campus just a couple weeks ago. We had about 150 students who are the first in their family to look to get a college degree. They came here, they produce videos. If you want to see some of those videos, our enrollment chair has some Kleenexes probably still in his, Wes Beckton has some Kleenexes he will give you, because it's very touching to see how they feel this will not only transform their lives, it lifts up their whole family when a first generation college student graduates from a higher education institution. And so you see some of these people. First prize in the middle is a high school student from Crystal Lake who dreams of becoming a French teacher. She received a 4-year full tuition scholarship at Elmhurst College. The other winners received 4 years room and board. And then I think I saw Patrick Beck was here a little bit ago from Beck's Book, our bookstore partner, and they even offered to provide free books. That's $600 a term in higher education this day and age. I know those of you have kids in school, know that that's an expensive part of it. They've offered to provide these students free books and stuff. So it's another way that we're trying to support these students. And tomorrow, the board thinks that tomorrow's like a day off. It may be for you, but we're having another one of these competitions for our honors program tomorrow, and we're going to be awarding some other scholarships to worthy and deserving students. And that's really why we do what we do. Is we want to see these young people's lives transformed through the power of educational opportunity, and we have so many people that help us do that, and it's awesome when you're able to see it come together. Now, I took a little risk today. Our board meets in an hour, and they have not formally approved this strategic plan. I hope all those things that people lied and said about myself and the cabinet and others, I hope you just believe that, because we're out here on a limb, and I hope it doesn't get sawed off. But I would like to draw your attention to this strategic plan, and I'm confident that it's going to be approved because we've already had lots of time to vet this. We've had a lot of conversations, and we're really at this final stage with regards to our strategic plan. It's a comprehensive plan that will set the agenda for the next 3 to 5 years for this institution. It will build upon and it will celebrate 150 years of providing excellent educational opportunities. And this is a process that's been a longer process. In some businesses, you do your strategic plan in a few weeks, and that makes sense. We're like a little city. I mean, sometimes maybe I could go into politics. I never thought about that, but running a college is like running a small city. You have students, you have faculty, you have alums, you have trustees, you have administrators, and every one of those groups think they run the institution. And in reality, we've got to all get together and work together on some things. And so what's nice about this is that this plan has been endorsed unanimously by our staff council, by our student government association, by our administrative council. And our faculty even voted 96-3 to endorse this, which is more than unanimous in a faculty setting if you know anything about higher education. But so we've got that, and we've had sessions with our board and our alumni board where they've been able to provide feedback. And today's the day. You're part of an important day for so many reasons. It's a day that we're going to be able to sort of put this out and say, we're going to say this to the world. This is what we stand for. This is what we're doing. And I think it's pretty awesome point here. And so there's 6 pillars of this plan, and you can take this with you if you like. But they're really going to be our most important priorities, and say to the world once again what we stand for as an institution. Our first pillar, no surprise, it's a student experience. We want to focus on student success both inside and outside the classroom, and the community helps us do that. Academic excellence. We want to continue to foster a culture of inquiry and engaged learning led by our faculty who are experts in their chosen field. They're excellent classroom instructors and active scholars. And we're not, even though we're number 3, we're not satisfied with where we're at. If we were number 1, we would not be satisfied with where we're at on that particular curve. We want to continue to move ahead in that regard. Diversity, inclusion, and responsible citizenship. As I mentioned, we're a proud institution of the United Church of Christ. And the United Church of Christ shares that value with us. And we want to draw on that heritage to strengthen and enlighten not only our campus, but to influence actions in the world. Our workplace environment. I said I was only going to do this twice. If you're an employee of Elmhurst College, would you stand? Thank you. Workplace environment's another key pillar here, and there's over 500 employees at Elmhurst College. We need to build a new convention center to be able to host all of those. But if you know an Elmhurst College employee, please tell them I said this. They are awesome. They have done a phenomenal job, and anything that we have accomplished can go right back to their efforts. They, in not the best of times, have really pushed this institution forward. And this is our way of saying that we are going to develop and implement new methods to support employees, to reward employees, and evaluate employees. And this is a key part of our strategic plan moving forward. I'm appreciative of having the state treasurer here. And you probably, financial stewardship's important, not just for a couple years, but the way you really build a nonprofit organization or an institution is you stack decades of effective financial leadership and other types of leadership on top of it. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to manage our financial resources to ensure that the long-term fiscal health of the institution is put at the forefront. And lastly, our campus infrastructure. This campus has good bones. It's beautiful. I remember one time when I was first here, I was at a soccer game and I was walking back to my office, and there was this dad from the visiting team talking to his friends on the phone. He said, "This is an unbelievable, historic college campus. It's just beautiful here." It made me proud. But once again, we can't just rest on that. We need to continue to address deferred maintenance. We want to build some new buildings. We want to do some ambitious things, and our campus infrastructure is going to be something that continues to be important moving forward. So just kind of in wrapping up, as we head towards our 150th year of existence, we know a few other institutions are, celebrating historic milestones. I saw some chamber members with, their 100-year anniversary. The city, depending on what you're going to count, moving from Cottage Hill to Elmhurst or what, they've got some historic milestone years that are out there. And other groups in the community are celebrating milestone anniversaries. And that's why I think these next few years are going to be momentous for not just the college, but for all of us, as we sort of try to use those as touchstones to say, you know what, we're moving in the right direction and we're going to be even bolder moving forward. So please keep that in mind. Thank you for your investment in Elmhurst College. Do come back to campus often. I'd have to have an hour-long presentation if I told you all the things available for the community. But as you've heard, the next big event that we have is a governmental forum. And we're excited to have Governor Jeb Bush come and be part of that particular event. Attend as many of the lectures as you can or you would like. And then, I have a fundraising responsibility, and I don't want to put the hard sell on you today, but May 3rd is our day of giving. And if, you want to help young people out, that's a day that you can really do that. We're calling it J at Forward. We're the Blue Jays, so that's J at Forward Day. May 3rd is going to be our annual day of giving. And you're going to hear a little bit more about that as there's lots of activities to try to, motivate and enthuse our alums in terms of making that a great day. I think we want to raise $200,000 that year. It's only twice what we raised last year. So an ambitious goal in that regard. So thank you. I know you've got a busy day, and enjoy a little bit more of the breakfast and socializing, and I'll turn it back to Lee.
What did I tell you? Isn't this a great guy leading our institution? And so thank you for those remarks and state of the college. Now, Troy, this is how we do it in Springfield. Kevin York moves, Joe Herder seconds. All in favor of adopting the strategic plan, say aye. I guess it's done, right? Ed, is that okay? Well, you all have been great. We really appreciate your being here. It's a great day at Elmhurst College. It's a great day in Elmhurst. And this is a place that works, unlike the rest of the state and the rest of the country. This is a place that works. Now, and of course our treasurer is here because he is one of the working people. And remember the day of giving. So we got just some reminders about some of our upcoming Blue Jay backers golf outing. I must do this, Troy, because Joe Herder would hit me over the head if I didn't say that, because he loves this event every year, and he's there. Come join us for golf. If you can't come join for golf, have dinner. It'd be a great day. And of course, as the president remarked, save the date for the governmental forum. This year our speaker is Governor Jeb Bush. He promised he'll have some energy when he gets there, and I was very, very pleased that he would join us. Oh, I better not pass that word on to him, right? So with that, every organization, every group has a reason for its success. And today we have a number of people to thank for putting this together. Molly Nesbo, who is the direct executive assistant to the president, Beverly Crone, the head of special events, Desiree Chen in the Office of Communications and Public Affairs, Chartwells with the food, and of course people from my office, Peggy Cheddar, and our intern, Keely Thayer, who's a great student here at the college and going to go on to do great things. Have a great day. Come to the parade, enjoy it, and enjoy the city, enjoy the college, and enjoy this state. Thank you for coming.
You can't think about Elmhurst College without thinking about the community it's a part of.
When we introduce the college to prospective students, one of the biggest selling points is our location in a beautiful, safe, welcoming community just minutes from Chicago.
We also share resources and opportunities.
Our goal here in the simulation lab is to prepare nurses to be able to go out into the community. The collaboration of building this sim center together has really shown our commitment to the community and the healthcare of the people living in this community.
The college and the partnership have a number of relationships regarding athletic facilities, and they've been in place since the mid-1990s. I have the opportunity to speak to a number of park district directors from neighboring communities, and one of the things that I always tell them, if you have a college in your community, make sure you're a partner with them and reach out and be in touch with them, because there are so many overlapping opportunities.
The fresh perspective that Young Minds brings, not only to the college, but really to the community. That's something that you can just feel when you're walking around the town, and that's the effect that Elmhurst College has on the community of Elmhurst.
Opportunities connect local business owners to the college with invaluable insights on their business.
It ended up being one of the case studies where we talk through our marketing plan as a new business in Elmhurst and showcasing coffee and community and what that looks like. And that was our first point of really interacting with the college, and it was just a great experience because essentially we got this focus group of people to help us start to define who we are in this community. Our relationship with Elmhurst College has been invaluable to where we're at.
As a result, everybody wins, especially our students.
As an intern for the Chamber of Commerce, I do a lot of getting things prepared for events.
We get to work with the young students. We get to mentor them to some extent. It gives the students an opportunity to learn more about Elmhurst. It gives them a chance to work and to earn some money.
The same people that I'm emailing and talking to on a daily basis are the same people that I'm seeing at the Elmhurst Chamber events, are the same people that support Elmhurst, that are Blue Jay backers, and those people I see them sitting at our basketball games, so it kind of comes full circle for me.
We'll always benefit from one another and strive to succeed together.
When I think about the future of the city of Elmhurst, I believe that Elmhurst College plays a critical role. Not only does it continue to be an attraction for people to come visit Elmhurst, but I can't underscore enough how much that creative thinking that comes out of a liberal arts college means to the city of Elmhurst. We have a world-class town and a world-class college, and if we put our heads together, things can only get better.
It's an exciting time in Elmhurst, and I can't wait to see what happens next.